So on 11/10/2018, we went out for the adult rifle season, the opener adult rifle season, and yeah, we got there. We sprayed down. We went to our stands. About when after like 30 minutes after sunrise hit up, my dad shot a buck. The buck comes charging in after a doe. So yeah, they were in full rut. So yeah, he shot the buck. I'm pretty close to him, so I could hear the shot. And I'm pretty close because he was hunting in the midfield, and I was hunting in the east field, where I usually sit. That's where I got my archery deer as well. So yeah, I hear the shot. He tells me that he got a deer. I said okay, and we sit there for a while, and about I called in between the time that he shot it and I got mine. So about an hour 30 minutes after he shot his, I rattled really hard, and then 4 deer coming. They're does. First one was a bright orange coat. I should have shot it, or I could have, but I decided not to because it was a little young. Then the one behind it was a very young doe, so I didn't shoot her. It looked like she was limping, so I was about to shoot it. Then I decided not to. And then on the behind that doe, there was a big mature doe, and I planned I was gonna shoot that one. Now you gotta remember, I looked through my rifle scope, so I could see if it's a buck or not. So before I ever shoot a doe, I always look behind it to make sure there is no bucks chasing her when it's in full rut. And there was no bucks. There was another doe, which it was really young. And that doe that was behind the big one that I was going to shoot scared all of them off. And the bright orange one runs underneath my stand and towards my dad. And remember, we both have 2 tags. Cameron has 2 tags, so we're good to shoot if doe if you want. But I was gonna radio him to tell him that there's another deer coming his way. But it cuts in and goes into a wooded area where I can shoot, but I don't like to shoot there. So yeah, that one comes in. Then the doe I was gonna shoot goes into the field at 60 yards. Perfect shot. I immediately get my scope on her, and my safety's off, and I pull the trigger. Nice, good shot. She ran about 150, and you'll see the blood trail that I tracked her. So my gun was, you gotta remember that my gun is a Mossberg Patriot 270 caliber with a Nikon BDC scope. And the round that we're using are a Hornady American Whitetail 130 grain. So that and it's an interlock bullet. So that puts a lot more power in the bullet, and it doesn't separate the bullet as well. And then, as you can see in the video, that the deer hopped the fence. So we got permission from the neighboring landowner to go on his property. So we did that. Then we had to go down a ditch, which the ditch was like about 10 yards deep, and it was very steep. So I went down the ditch, then got tracked the deer, and by this time I had no clue why the deer ran so far, but it did. So yeah, we tracked it. I saw it. You always poke the deer. No matter if you think it's dead, poke it, because it could not, and it could be bedding down and you don't even know. So poke the deer, make sure it's dead. If it's not dead, and always have the safety off when you're poking a deer, because if you poke the deer and it jumps up, you could take another shot at it. So always do that. So yeah, we tracked it, we got it. Then I called my dad over. He climbs under the fence because he was with me tracking it. He climbs underneath the fence, and then we both drag it up to the bank. Now I have no clue why this deer ran down that bank there, but we had to drag that, I would say about 160 to 150 pound deer up the bank, and the bank was about a 80-degree angle, which was really bad. 85 degree angle. So yeah, we climb the bank, we get about halfway, we're dead tired, and I have no strength left to carry it, but then the rush of an adrenaline comes in that I got my deer. So we pull it up and we get it to the fence. Then I go underneath the fence and I drag it to where we drag it under the fence and leave it to get Cameron, which he's in a different stand, and we go get the deer cart. So yeah, then after that we butchered the deer.